Hi fellow gardeners, welcome to Garden with Jenny. I'm Jenny. So I told you that today I would put up a video of my houseplants again if I got a snow day, which it turns out that they closed work today. So tomorrow will be my first day, hopefully, as long as all the snow is, the driving conditions are better. So let me show you what's going on outside real quick, and then I'll show you my plants. So here's the snow. It's not a whole lot right now, but the area where I work is a higher elevation. They tend to get more snow than what we do down here in Wyoming. So it looks beautiful. When I was sitting on the couch, I heard this bird chirping out here. We had a cardinal out here earlier, singing away as the snow was falling, and these squirrels are active this morning, and it's beautiful. But anyways, so I wanted to show you my plants. So we've got this nice new growth on my one mini orchid. It's pretty beautiful and still in bloom. This guy's been in bloom since the beginning of January. My violet's been in bloom since probably mid-January, so she looks pretty good. I gotta do some deadheading because some of my blooms are starting to fade. The new orchid that Sean bought me for Valentine's Day is still in bloom, and if you can see this, look at that root tip. Pretty beautiful. This is my cyclamen. It has not been in flower for quite some time now. It's too warm in here. Finally got it so that my watering is pretty regulated now. It's better than it was. And then, so I found out that this egg carton tray is like perfect to hold my little 1-inch succulents. So that's what they're sitting in. And I just watered 2 of these yesterday, and it looks like this guy might need some water. I gotta check him. So it's a perfect holder. Now, obviously, I'm not watering these succulents in that egg carton because they will, it'll leak out into my carpet and onto my beautiful plant stand that my mother-in-law gave me, and I don't want to do that. So, and there's no tremendous new growth on these guys yet. I think they're kind of just hanging out, growing the last set of leaves that they've put out. I'm hoping that leaf gets as big as this one, because that means they're getting enough light and such. And my roots are still green, so it is not time to water these guys yet. That's like the #1 indicator for me as to when to water my orchids that are in moss, is how their roots look. Now, I do have some dead roots in there, and I think that could be because of them being bent when I had them repotted, which is not a big deal. Looks pretty good though still. And there is some green roots in here. I just can't find them at the moment. Not concerned about the health of my orchids because they're still putting out some nice, beautiful leaves that are of nice quality. So here's some more succulents that I got going on here. The snake plant does not grow. It's just so slow growing that I never really see it doing anything. And this is just kind of my area. So my anthurium, I trimmed off two old flower buds, and we're just cruising here. I'm waiting for him to dry out good before, to dry down good before I give him a nice new watering. These are what I'm going to be planting my squash in once it gets a little closer to May. So I'll probably do those mid-April or late April. My peace lily, and then these. Okay, so my crown of thorns is still struggling, and my coffee plant is still struggling, and I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Probably not. You see that? The specks on the inside of the leaves. There's some mites going on here. And I think they're still alive, which is annoying. It's really, really annoying because I don't want them to spread to my other plants. Here's the root system. Now he looks a little dry, but he still feels cool to the touch, so I'm going to wait a little while longer before I water this guy, because my dad had him sitting pretty wet, although this leaf looks like it's drooping, so it might be ready for a watering. But I need to be careful that I don't spread the mites, because they spread rather easily, and I definitely don't want to be doing that. I think he's ready for water, so I'm probably going to give him a good water today. I will check that. This was something that Sean ordered off of Pristine Auctions. It's from the Caddyshack movie. So this is kind of my houseplant section. No true rambles today. I just kind of wanted to show you what was going on. We've got this leaf here is some new growth on my peace lily, which is good. Trying to let them sit drier because of it being winter and stuff once winter's done. I hope that's not mealybug. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to do some investigating once I'm done with this video. But there's some new growth here, which is good. These guys look good. These guys look real good now. So I've got to wash my hands since I touched some spider mites and stuff. And I'm just going to continuously monitor for spider mites and make sure that it doesn't respread back to the crown of thorns, or spread to anything else. That's the number one danger, is having them spread, and I don't want to have them spread. So no new houseplants as of now. You know, I showed you these before, but I wanted to give you another little tour of them. And look at the snow coming down. It's so nicely coming down, just soft. It was coming down harder this morning. Now it's just elegantly flowing from the sky, which is really a beautiful sight to see. And yeah, so I guess that's gonna do it for today's video. More of a methodical type thinking strategy as to what I'm gonna do with my plants and treatment and all that stuff. And once I figure out what's going on with this peace lily, with this little white blob right there, which I can't tell if that's a spider's nest or what, without really, I'll probably alcohol swab that. Oh, it's just a piece of paper. Okay, so that's okay. That's what that was. That was, I had leaf shined this past week, and in the process of leaf shining it, I used paper towel because it was the softest type of cloth that I had, and that's what that was. That was paper towel residue. So, okay, no cause for concern with that. I like the way the new growth comes out on these. It just unwinds into this beautiful little guy. Anyways, yeah, I think eventually the peace lily is going to get moved farther inward because this is a southern window and I don't want it to be harmed so too much by the direct sunlight that it's going to get this summer. So I'm going to probably be moving it inward, and yeah, I think that's part of the reason too why I've got more smaller leaves, is it's just getting more light so it doesn't need to produce the big beautiful leaves that it needed before. So we're going to be transitioning him farther away from the window. In fact, I'm going to move him to right over here by our plant books that are under this table for now. And then I'm going to try and get it up on my counter. Or maybe over there with some of that stuff. I haven't decided yet where it's gonna go. But it needs to be out of this window area. It doesn't need all this light. And neither does the snake plant. So the snake plant's gonna get moved too. But for now, there she is. Sean's gonna be like, why is this plant here? But anyways, so, ooh, look at that book. See that book? That's my book, and then the rest of these binders are Sean's, which is all his school stuff, turf books, and all that jazz. Yeah.